Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'm back with you with another video. Today I want to do my review for the TCL 10L. Now, of course, this phone was released in May of last year. It's a GSM only device. And when it was released, the price was $250. Now, I got it for $185. So if you could get it for that price, you are absolutely going to love that price, and you definitely be more likely to pick up this device. Now, this device is more for people that's really on a budget, or it could be for those people that really they just don't care about flagship. They don't care about all the bells and whistles. They don't care about all that. They just want a phone for a really good price, has a few features, and it works real well, and they're good. Well, if that's the kind of phone you're looking for, you're definitely going to get that with this TCL 10L. Definitely. Now, I happen to actually like this device, especially for TCL's first try in the smartphone game. They really put a good device together. Now, of course, there's a few things about it I don't like, but that's the way it is on any device. But overall, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this device, honestly. Just being honest, I am impressed. Now, I don't really do budget phones myself. I'm more of a flagship guy, maybe mid-range to some degree, depending on what it is, but definitely a flagship guy. But everybody's not into flagships, and there are people that are more so into budget devices or mid-range devices. So I think it's only fair to include those phones, in my reviews, because, like I said, everybody's not into flagships and all the bells and whistles. They just want a phone that that works, do the norms and all that, and they're good with that. So if that's the kind of phone you're looking for, and you're definitely looking for something on a budget, then this is definitely the phone you want to check out. Now, first I want to talk about all the things that I like, and then I'll get into all my dislikes. First thing I like about this device is the price. Now, like I said, when it was released, it was $250. I got it for $185 off of Amazon. Now, that particular device is no longer available on Amazon at that price, but I'm sure if you look around on eBay or even Amazon, you may find it for that price or cheaper. So just do your due diligence. Get on Amazon.com or eBay.com, type in TCL 10L, and all the various prices will come up. They'll be refurbished, they'll be brand new, they'll be open box, they'll be pre-owned, there'll be different options. And depending on what you're comfortable with, I'm sure there'll be a really good price associated with this device. So I love the price of the device. Even when it first came out, $250, that's really a good price. Next thing is the build quality. Now, this is a plastic phone. The frame as well as the back, all plastic. But I'll tell you this, it looks nice, and it does feel really nice in the hand. It doesn't feel, now you could feel that it's plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap, if I'm saying the right thing. Yeah, doesn't feel cheap at all, okay? So I don't think you'll have an issue with the build quality at all. Excuse me. Next thing, the display, the size, okay? So we'll hit both at the same time. Talk about the display. Now, the display is nice. Now, it's an LCD IPS Full HD Plus display, and it's not bad. It's not my favorite. I don't like IPS LCD displays at all. But for the average consumer, if you don't care about AMOLED and POLED and all that, you're going to be fine with this. This is a really nice looking display. Honestly, it really is. Okay, I don't really have an issue with it. If this is the kind of phone I'm looking for, I would be okay with the display. All right, and I like the size of this display. Okay, 6.5 inches, and I like the width. It's not tall and narrow like some phones are. I don't like narrow devices. I like devices that are a little wide. I know it may not be the easiest thing to navigate if you have small hands, but it just looks better. The symmetry of it just looks better to me, especially when you're viewing content like movies and things. It just looks better. More display, the better you're enjoying your media content, in my opinion. All right, next thing I like about this device is the fingerprint scanner. Now, you have a physical one on the back. It's in like a square. Now, I wish this was a circle, but they made it a square. It's cool. But it works. It works pretty well. Not the fastest, but it's 100% accurate. Okay, that's not slow. Now I'm not saying it's the fat, but it's not slow. Like you'll get into your phone in a second. A second. So it's not slow. And for those of you that like prefer a physical fingerprint sensor over the in-display fingerprint sensor, you're not gonna have an issue with that. You're gonna like that. I like it. Next thing, you got face unlock. Now face unlock is pretty good, not the fastest. Let me see. I think it's hard for this thing to see me behind this camera. Okay, well, I can't really show it to you because it's not as sensitive as some other ones I have, so I can't really show you behind the because I'm behind this camera. But the face unlock works really well. It's not super fast, but it's not super slow either. So it's pretty accurate. I don't have any issues with the face unlock. And unlike my LG V60, this has face unlock. Now, this is a $250 phone, and the LG was an $800 phone with no face unlock. So I don't get it. And see, no notch. You just got the little punch out in the left side of the phone. I like that. Now, I prefer it in the middle, but there's people that prefer it on the left or to the right of the device. But I can, deal with it either way, but I prefer it in the middle. All right, next thing. This phone has a 4,000 milliamp battery. The battery life on this device is very impressive. If you use this moderately, you could get 3 days. Heavy usage, you're going to get 2 days. That's what I got anyway. So no issue with the battery life. The battery life on this phone is stellar. Next thing, you get the Google Smart Key on the side here, on the left side. So basically what that does, it opens up Google, and also it can open up your camera. And that'd be right here. Okay? So I like that. Now, would I ever use that? Probably not, because my mind is just not rigged to be thinking about pressing that button on the left side of the phone. I just won't use it. Now, there are people that will use it, but I'm just not one of them. But I like the fact that it's on here. Keep in mind the price of this phone, okay? All right, you got the one-handed mode on here. Now, this one-handed mode is different. Now, I'm using gestures, but there's no way to make it work with the gestures. At least I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. But if you scroll down the notification and you go to, let me see, go to one-handed mode and press it, boom. See, this is what the LG V60 don't do. They don't make the screen small like this. So I like this. You can move it left or to the right. So you just made the whole screen smaller, and you can still do all the things you normally do with the device. So I like that this phone, for this price point, has a one-handed mode. That's impressive. I just wish they had a easier and better way to implement it to make it work, as opposed to having to go into the notification tray and just to press a button, when that really defeats the whole purpose. Like if I could just do a gesture, or maybe even have it where this key, this button here makes the one-handed mode, would be cool. But to have to go all the way down and still got to use my other hand to get to it, then what's the point? See, with my Note, all I got to do is swipe down, and it just gets smaller. That's the way it should be. But if you got to use your other hand or literally go all the way up to top, it just defeats the purpose of even having it, honestly. So, but I like the fact that it's even on here. All right, now the next thing I like is this phone has some nice software features, which I'll get into when I get into the OS. I do like that. Next thing, it comes with a pre-installed screen protector, unlike my LG V60. This $250 phone came with a pre-installed screen protector. That's impressive. I like that. Next thing, you get a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack at the top. Love that. So the headphone jack is not dead for somebody that's interested in this device and want a headphone jack. You're going to get it. Next thing, you're getting expandable memory. 256 gigs of expandable memory. Now, that makes Samsung looks really bad, because they're charging people anywhere between $800 to $1,300 for a device, and they took away expandable memory, and you could get that on a $250 device. That makes them look really, really bad, in my opinion. Okay? But this phone does have expandable memory for those of you that need more memory. Next thing, you got good button placement. What I mean by that, see the way I'm holding my phone? Power button is right here. I don't have to stretch to get to it. It's right here where I can easily get to it. And you got the volume buttons right there on the right as well, just above the power button. I love that. That's good button placement for me. I love that. Next thing. Okay, that's it. Now those are all the things that I do like about this device. Now let me get into all the things that I don't like. Now, unfortunately, this phone is a little laggy. Now, you got to keep in mind, I'm used to mid-rangers and flagships, which are super fast, super smooth, super responsive. But this phone is just a little stuttery, a little laggy for me. When I'm doing certain things, it's a little stuttery and it's annoying to me because I'm just not used to that. Next thing I don't like, the display brightness. It doesn't get quite as bright as I would like. Now, I'm not saying it's dim, but I would prefer it had a little bit more brightness to it. So it's a little dim for me. Next thing I don't like is no always on display. And now I know you're not supposed to expect an always on display for a phone of this price point, but it would be really cool to have one. It don't even have to be fully functional, but just to have something that shows the time, the date, the day, and your battery percentage, and some notifications. It don't have to control my media and give me my next event and all that. It don't have to, and it can stay at one particular brightness. I'd be cool with that. And it could just be one always on display. It don't have to be multiple. You can keep it minimum, but it'd just be nice to have one. I'm just spoiled by them, so I like phones with always on displays. Next thing, no wireless charging. Now, that's something they could have put on here because I reviewed at least 3 $200 phones last year, all had wireless charging. So that's something that could have been implemented. I wish it did. That's not important to everybody, but that's something that I use every day, so I wish I had it on there. Next thing, the phone charges very, very, very slow. I mean, over 2.5 hours to fully charge this phone from 0 to 100%. That's really extremely slow. And it says when you're charging, fast charging, but there's nothing fast about 2.5 hours to charge. There's nothing fast about that. All right. The speaker on this phone is just okay. It's okay. Now, if you want to hear it, I'll let you listen to it. Go to my normal test here. Let you check it out, and y'all can tell me. Now, I know you can't expect but so much from a phone at this price point, but it's just okay. You'll be able to hear it. I mean, it's not horrible. It's adequate. So, it's adequate. It's not, it's not horrible. It's adequate.
The objective of the attack was to hack our military network. We're not sure exactly what they're after, but we do know that they were cut off during the assault, which would lead us to assume that they're going to try it again. Now, no one's taking responsibility.
Now, what they do on here, which I like, you don't see that cutout. They totally cover that cutout when you're watching a movie.
Sound. That's the signal that hacked our network. NSA's working at full capacity to analyze it.
So you're going to enjoy the movie content on here.
But we need your help to find out
Looks good. Looks really good.
We've all shown considerable ability
in
the area of signals analysis.
So the speaker it's not horrible. It's not bad at all. All right. All right. Next. Now, I do like the fact that it has a headphone jack. I just don't like the placement. I just prefer it to be at the bottom and not the top. But I do like the fact that it has one, but I don't like the placement of it. And the last thing I don't like about this device, no headphones in the box. I don't like that about any device because the G90 Pro, headphones in the box. I mean, that was a real boxing experience for those of you that have the G90 Pro. You got a real unboxing experience, unlike the newer Samsung S series where there's nothing in the box except paperwork and a USB Type-C cord. That's it. I don't even see the point of them even doing unboxings, honestly, because you're not getting anything in the box. So what's the point? But with the G90 Pro, you actually got an unboxing experience. You got so much stuff in that box, and I was very impressed with that device. All right. So let me get into the OS really quick. And let me see, get into settings real quick. Okay, so you got your network and internet, all your normal stuff. Nothing big to see with there. Bluetooth. You got NFC. Okay, you got Bluetooth on here. You got screencast. With the display, of course, you got your status bar, notification icon folder, show network speed, battery percentage. Show that. You got your full screen apps. You got your brightness. I got it at 50%. Hole punch display. When you go to there, use apps for full. Basically, let me go back. Use apps for full screen with hole punch display. So you can adjust that and turn these apps on if you want to use with the hole punch. You got your dark mode. You got it set. You could have it set for automatically, or you could have it set where it never turns off. You got eye comfort mode down here. You got adaptive brightness, auto rotate, sleep, font size, screensaver, ambient display, and notification light. Okay. Now with this is more about trying to enhance the display a little bit. So you got visual enhancement. You got automatically adjust contrast, sharpness, and saturation to make the screen image clearer, which is a richer depth of detail and improved brightness for dark scenes when viewing photos or playing videos and games. Only works in vivid screen color mode. And you got SDR to HDR, enhance the color contrast and depth of detail of streaming video from any source to provide HDR quality viewing. You got your reading mode, you got your color mode and temperatures, and you got your sunlight display. Basically increased readability under sunlight. So that's cool. All right. Okay, I just went over that. Home screen and wallpapers. So you got press your home app. Now I'm using the launcher, but I do have Nova launcher on there, and you got a Simply launcher on there. So you're gonna have two different launchers when you first get it. Now, if you don't like those, you can always use Nova launcher. I decided to stick with the one that comes with the phone for this review. Of course, you got themes. You can go in there, and you got freestyle, you got round style. So they give you different ones to choose from when it comes to themes. Home settings. You go in here. You got your home screen style, your home grid. You can go up to 5.6, or you can go down as far as 4.5. Sorry, down here. See that 4.5, 4.6, 5.5, 5.6. So that can vary. Oops. Came out of it all together. Sorry about that. Okay, so home settings. I just went over that. You got your fill empty cells. You got your recent apps. You got your icon badges. Add icon to home screen. Lock screen preferences, show all content. That's what I got it set up to do. With the sound, you got all your typical sounds here. Do not disturb, vibrate, all that. Nothing big here. Now, advanced features. You got system navigation. Basically, you go in here, you got your buttons you can use, or you can use full screen gestures. They show you how to work them if you decide to use that. App cloner means you can have more than one app. So you can have 2 Facebook, 2 Instagrams, 2 messengers, 2 Snapchats, things like that. Screen recording, it has screen recording. So you can use the mic, and you can use up to 1080p resolution, which is cool. Gestures in here. You got flip to mute. You could do that, which is cool. Somebody's calling. You can just turn your phone over. It automatically mute it. You got 3-finger screenshot. So you swipe down with 3 fingers, take a screenshot. Split screen gestures. Basically, you swipe up with 3 fingers, you automatically go into split screen multitasking, which is cool. Let me see. Quick launch the camera. Tap the camera twice, load the camera, and tap to wake. You double tap anywhere in the screen to wake the device. So these are some good, advanced features on a phone of this price point. It's pretty impressive. Like I said, you do get the one-handed mode. You get driving mode. So basically, you can add driving mode to quick settings to turn it off when you're driving. It'll automatically reject calls, or you could turn that where you can get calls. But enable driving mode automatically when connected to Bluetooth car kit. Auto reject calls, or you could allow all calls. You can block notifications. Voice announcement for incoming calls, you could turn that on. Voice control for incoming calls, you can have that on. Voice announcement for incoming message, you could turn that on. And you have your car location. Okay, next thing you got Smart Key. Now I talked about that. A single press to launch Google Assistant, double press to launch the camera, long press to launch Google Assistant. So you can either do the long press, a single press, or the double press. So those are the only options that you get, unfortunately. And those are all the advanced features. With Smart Manager, what you're getting is this is about your battery, where you could auto start, have your apps auto start. You got your memory, tells you how much memory you got left, your notifications. You can optimize your battery in here. Click on battery. You got your power saving modes, normal saving mode, super saving mode, and you get your battery detail, where since last full charge was a day and 14 hours. Screen usage, I didn't use the screen that much. You got your battery saver, intelligent application, battery optimization. You go in there, you can optimize your battery. Okay. You got your battery percentage, adaptive brightness, sleep, and then it shows you how much of you're using of certain apps. All right. Okay. Now we got to security. Basically, typical stuff: screen lock, screen, fingerprint sensor, face key, smart lock, private space. And private space is basically you go in here and it's like basically secure folders, the same thing. You put in your pin, and it's a folder. So if you want to put something away as private, that's basically what it is. You got apps locked, you got emergency service device administrating apps. The phone is encrypted, which I always like. Location, typical location stuff, nothing new there. Privacy, gives you control over how you want to set up your apps for privacy. Storage, go into storage, you can see I've only used 33 gigs out of 64 gigs. Now they do have a 128 gig variant of this. Your TCL account, your account digital well-being. Of course, you got that. You got your parental controls, accessibility, and system. So basically, with system, you got system update. I'm using Gboard as my keyboard. Date and time, backup on, developer options, reset, regulatory, and safety. So, and this phone is going to get updated to Android 11. Now, they're not promising any more updates after Android 11, but they are promising at least Android 11. Now, they may do Android 12, I don't know, but they are promising Android 11. So, don't know when that's going to happen, but it will happen at some point this year. So, basically, that was my review of the TCL 10L. I do like this device. I think it's a really nice device. I think, for those of you out there that are looking for a device that, you're on a budget, you're not looking for a whole lot of bells and whistles, you don't need a whole lot of fancy things, this is definitely a device you should check out, especially for the price point. Like I said, you can get this for under $200. Under $200. Now, I got it under $200 brand new. Now, I got lucky. Don't mean you can't get it for that too, but you just gotta do your, shop around and try to get the best deal. Now, like I said, you can find it on Amazon, eBay. There could be other places you can find this, but those are the only two places where I purchase smartphones from, is eBay and Amazon. Now, I do GizTop sometimes, but not a whole lot. I haven't bought a whole lot of things from them, but they're good as well. All right, so that was my review. Now, do I recommend this phone? I would say yes, definitely. Now, the things that I didn't like are not that big of a deal, and for the average person, you're not going to care about those things that I care about. So, definitely, I would recommend this phone. Definitely recommend it. Okay, it's good quality, nice screen, great battery life, got some nice advanced features. The speaker's not bad at all. You're definitely gonna like this phone. Now, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the camera. The camera quality is okay. It's just okay. Now, I didn't do any video that I kind of forgot, but I did do some photos, and I'll show them to you. at the end of this video, I'll show you the photos. But it's okay. Now, for the average person, you'll probably be fine with the photos. But for me, they just okay. But they're not bad. All right, so thank you very much for taking the time to check out this video on this TCL 10L, and I do appreciate all my subscribers, and thank you very much for your support, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Please stand by for those photos. Peace.